I know this is the time for love stories, but my will is about love. Every year, February 14 is fetishized as the day of love. Red hearts and teddies and chocolates and roses are everywhere, in the real and in the virtual world. Love sells. Two people now find what's best available based on their exchange value. Love. How does one hold it? Define it. It is a whisper in the dark, a fist raised in defiance, a longing stretched across borders. It is both the silence between lovers and the roar of revolutions. Love has always been political. In a country where caste, class, and religion dictate who you may love, love itself becomes an act of resistance. Love is colorblind, they say, yet seen through a prism, it has many hues: political, religious, revolutionary. James Baldwin wrote, "Love is a battle, love is a war, love is a growing up." To love is to rethink our sense of reality, and it honors the dignity and freedom of the other. That's a political act because it means coming to terms with history and questioning it. Love can reclaim the lost promise of democracy. It alone can condemn the exploitative logic of capitalism. It can imagine new modes of relationality. It can redeem societies, people, and histories. The answer and the antidote is the politics of love. But is that politics easy in the digital world where technology has made us hyper-connected while also isolating us from each other, making us lonelier? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? Some say love is divine, not the tame, ornamental kind, but the love that burns. Bhakti, Sufi, longing without an end. Love of the divine isn't safe, it isn't tame, and most definitely is not for the faint of heart. We have been through apocalyptic times, and we are still in the tunnel. But we hope love, pure and unshackled, can perhaps bring out the best in humanity. Love is hope, even in all its shade: green, grey, white, and the disappearing red. There are all kinds of love. There is love that refuses definition, the radical, the unbound, the kind that shapes new futures and informs new intimacies and challenges the status quo. Polyamory, neurosexual, king positive, pan-romantic, a world where love is shedding its skin, finding new ways to exist. For those who are polyamorous, different needs are met by different folks. One could have different king partners, platonic partners, and nesting partners. All of this leaves us in a state of flux. What is love if not the ultimate revolution? In a world desperate to name, control, and limit, love breaks free, again and again. Love is a promise. It is the refusal to forget. It is the dream of a world not yet realized. Love is hope. It is war. It is surrender and fight, exile and homecoming. And in the end, love is the only story we have. Outlook magazine's issue on love and loneliness tells such stories.